folks, on today's Southern Prospector Show, we're going to take you on a trip up to Gatesville, Indiana, historic gold mining place. Salt Creek up there, in behind Gatesville General Store. That creek's loaded, literally loaded with glacial salt type gold. I don't know if they call it Salt Creek because the gold looks like salt, but basically that's what the consistency of the gold is. It was brought down from Canada with the glaciers, and the glacial action scrubbing it and grinding it down made it into the consistency of table salt or talcum powder. But there is an abundance of gold up there. So what we're going to do is take you on a little trip up there. We go high banking, and I took my kids up there to enjoy some gold mining. So I hope you enjoy today's show.
Singing sweet country music, breathing clean mountain air. Singing sweet country music makes me wish that I was there. It's been more.
Come on, get it. Welcome to the Southern Prospector TV show. Today we're in Gatesville, Indiana on Salt Creek. We're going to show you how to use a high banker and set it up, try to find gold, and hopefully we'll get rich out here today. Today on Salt Creek we found a bend here in some old tertiary gravel. Looks like from glacial deposit on this bank over here. And what we're going to do, we're going to try to see if this river bend right here carries any gold in it. So according to what the textbooks will tell you, there should be an ideal place to trap this fine gold and any nuggets or pickers we might could find. We're going to set our Pro-Line 2-inch high banker up right here and start working some material. So we'll kind of walk you through and show you how we set one of these high bankers up. First thing you do once you hook up your high banker, you need to position it in a safe place. It don't hurt for this type of high banker to be in the water. You find these work really good for shallow creeks and stuff like this where it's too shallow to have a dredge working. First thing to do is consider where to set up your equipment, get it in a safe place. It's easy to operate. You need to find a place that's deep enough to put your draft hose and your foot valve, and make sure there's not going to be sucking air once you start your motor up. Then the next step is to prime your hose with water by shaking it back and forth. The foot valve closes and opens. It traps the water in there. Alright. And now we'll try to start it. set up on your sluice box, what will happen is these ripples right here have an eddy current that forms behind them. Larger pieces of rock such as these will wash on off. We'll show you how that works. Your larger pieces of rock will wash on off, and sometimes it's necessary to clean out your sluice box to help it out. So what you'll do is you rake along with the ripples. Never rake across the ripples or up the ripples. Always rake with the ripples. That way it allows them to keep on doing their job, and your gold will stay trapped underneath that ripple. Cut it. What you'll do with your sluice box is you screen across here is called a grizzly. And what this does, this allows only your smaller dirt, rocks, and gold to go down in your sluice box. Your larger rocks like this hit that screen and slides off. It's a way of classifying your material and making your job a little bit easier. Remember that the best way to find small gold is to classify, classify, classify. The more you can classify your material down, the higher your chances of finding gold recovery. Alright. What we've got here, this is one weekend's gold mine in Indiana. Like I say, you're not very apt to find great big nuggets up there. You will find the occasional picker like these here, flakes. But the majority of your gold you're going to find in Indiana is very small. It's almost the consistency of talcum powder. And a lot of people think that these fine gold, or fines as they're often called, aren't really worth the time to get. But your fines add up very quickly. Anytime you're dealing with fine gold, there are several methods to help extract it from the black sand. Old timers use mercury, and there's, mercury's kind of dangerous if it's mishandled. But there are several ways to extract this fine gold. Now this gold right here, as I said earlier in the video, it's very fine. I'm going to try to zoom in on this so that you can get the detail, get an idea exactly how fine this gold is. But this gold is roughly the size of table salt. And of course these pickers up here are about the size of pencil lid. But to give you an idea, I'll put my finger down here next to this gold, and you can see that the gold is very, very tiny.
Singing sweet country music, breathing clean mountain air. Singing sweet country music makes me wish that I was there. It's been more